Hi, my name's Helen. I'm a yoga teacher here at You Are Here Studio in East London. I've put together a sequence today for when you're on your period, so helping to relieve those cramps, any pain in the hips, lower back, maybe if you're feeling a little bit sicky too. And I've also thrown in a couple of poses to help boost your mood, to hopefully make you feel a little bit better.
So the first move, we interlace the fingers and we stretch them out over the head, relaxing the shoulders down, just uncrumpling the body, waking it up for a little bit of active exercise, nothing too strenuous. So you might have been hunched over possibly, so just opening out the shoulders, lengthening the spine. And then we take a gentle twist to each side, so over to the right, over to the left. And just anything that feels good, don't go too far. It's not kind of an exercise for working those abs or anything. It's just to get a little bit of a release in the lower back. You might hear a few pops and clicks, just go as far as feels comfortable. And then our next pose is bringing the sole of the foot to the thigh, lengthening out one leg. And then this is a forward fold, so when the knee that is bent, we're opening out that hip, just allowing gravity to pull it to the mat, nothing too strenuous. And then you can use pillows, maybe build up 2 or 3, just grab them from your bed or the sofa and fold over, maybe moving one cheek to one side and then the other side. Just make sure you do it on both sides for balance. And with that fold, it's really good for opening out the hips, which often causes lower back pain, so that's a really nice gentle one. Also, the forward fold kind of massages those internal organs a little bit as well, so just making sure that you breathe nice and deeply, filling up the belly, breathing deeply into the belly rather into that top rib kind of thing. You do that on each side, maybe 5 to 10 breaths. And our next one, we moved into cat-cow, so on all fours, hands stacked underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And on the inhale, we lift the chest, lift the sit bones, belly drops. And exhale, we round the spine, shoulder blades slide apart. So nothing too strenuous, not going to kind of your full range of movement, just kind of getting that articulation of the spine, warming it up a little bit, which could be quite relieving for like lower back pain again, getting that blood flow going. And then we moved on to a downward dog. So not worrying about what that downward dog looks like, just nice generous bend in the knees, and just mainly prioritising length in the spine over kind of the look of your downward dog. And downward dog's really good for like lifting your mood as well, so if you're feeling a bit lethargic maybe, it can be quite an uplifting move. And feel free, again, I think I'm showing shaking out my head, shaking out the neck, so really just kind of releasing, letting the head hang heavy. So child's pose. So we took a wide leg child's pose, big toes touching at the back of the mat, taking the knees as wide as the mat or as wide as you can, then sitting back on the heels, and then pull the pillows up towards your belly, kind of groin area, and then just flop over the pillows nice and gently. Really, really restorative pose. Really good if you feel sick or nauseous. It can kind of relieve that a little bit. So taking a few deep breaths there can really help with any kind of sickness. Also really good for releasing the hips again and lower back. So yeah, just kind of releasing onto the pillows here, not kind of holding the pose, just allowing it to be as it wants to be. For the back bend, we lie down on the back of the mat, pull the heels towards the sit bones, hip distance apart and parallel. And then using a block or a pillow or a stack of books, something that you've got at home that's comfortable, and then bringing it onto the lower back, kind of the flat part of your back, the sacrum. And this is a really restorative back bend, so really nice for getting that relief in the lower back. That's what it's all about. And then have the arms out wide, palms shining upwards to release the shoulders. And maybe close down the eyes, try not to look around with your neck in this position, try to keep everything kind of calm, still. And again, stay there for 5 to 10 breaths. And then from that, we release the block, hug the knees into the chest. So you can hug it into the center of the chest or hug the knees into the armpits. So you get a bit of a hip opener and it kind of massages that lower back as well. And then making little circular movements with the knees, you kind of get like a self lower back massage, which can feel quite nice on the kidneys and like the sides. So do that for as long as you want, going one way and then go the other. Supported knee twist, so using the pillows on each side, hugging the knees into the centre first, and then allow the knees to drop to the right. Opening out the shoulders in kind of like a cactus position. Really good for wringing out the spine, massaging those internal organs. Again, you might hear a few pops and clicks, but it's totally fine. Just kind of take it easy. And if you want a little bit more, you can rest your hand on your knee for a little bit more weight if you want a bit of a further twist. And again, do that on the left and right for as long as feels comfortable. Then we, lying back on the mat, bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop out. And you can use pillows underneath the knees to kind of keep them supported. So any tension in those knees, just like prop up lots of pillows or books or something comfortable. And that just opens out the hips, so really stretching that front side of the body, which again gives us kind of that lower back pain that we get. So opening out the hips relieves that lower back pain. And then moving into the final posture, Shavasana. So getting comfy, you can roll up a pillow underneath your knees. In a yoga class you would use like a bolster, but not many people have those, so just use a pillow, that's fine. Maybe a pillow to support the neck, and take maybe a 5-minute Shavasana, and as long as you want. And just really calming the mind, and think about relaxing the muscles rather than kind of holding. So if you kind of notice where you're holding the tension, and then just see if you can breathe through it and release.